Welcome to ONNPoint, a crisp edition at that. Monday, January 20th, 2020. I'm Andy Martins. We're live on ON-TV. We're live on Facebook. And on today's edition, we're going to talk about the opioid crisis, why we need a level 3 drug facility here. My guest, Connie Rayner-Elliott, is probably one of the best people in Sault Ste. Marie to tell us why. And she'll be joining me right after these commercial messages.
It's me, Vito. Imbecile, your brother. Listen, you bring 10 gallons of flat eggshell or white paint.
Every kid knows the power of a wish. That's why I'm here for Make-A-Wish, to help you find money you can donate. Grandmas are a great source of free money. All you gotta do is visit them once in a while.
It's about time! Here's your birthday card, next year's card, last year's card, money for the motion picture. Give me a hug!
If I can find ways to raise money to grant a kid's wish, you can too.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
If you're struggling with thoughts of suicide, there is hope and there is help. You matter. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The calls are free and confidential. Call 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255. You are not alone.
Welcome back to ONNPoint, a crisp edition for Monday, January 20th. But the good news is it's going to moderate throughout the rest of the week. On the show today, Connie Rayner-Elliott, very important issue. She's been doing this for a lot of years, 14 years. And folks, the level 3 drug facility needs to happen. It's been over 2 years and it still hasn't happened. And Connie is probably one of the best in Sault Ste. Marie to explain to you why it needs to happen. Connie, welcome to your first appearance on ONNPoint.
Thank you, Andy.
Great. It was great to have you on the show. And if you can we'll start with this. If you can give us a little bit of background how SOYA started and how it started, why it started back 14 years ago.
Well, actually, it's been a little over 11 years. And it was the Oxy era back then. We were having young adults that were overdosing. And I was watching these young adults wearing their school uniforms to funerals. And I sat down in front of my computer and I said, is there anybody else out there? Mothers Against Drunk Drivers started with one angry mama. And within 8 hours, over 100 people joined. So then I knew we were in trouble and that there was a major crisis. I've been dealing with youth, and it's not just youth. The youngest ones we ever helped out was 14. The oldest one's 68. It's called Save Our Young Adults because that's when I started it. I'm not going to be changing the name. We are incorporated. And we've gone through a lot of things in the past years. Oxy was the first one, then it went to Oxyneo, then it was fentanyl. We have a lot of dangerous street drugs out there. Meth is huge in our city. What SOYA does is we're there to support. We help people get into treatment. We go to court with them. We advocate for them. We'll facilitate with them. We're basically a partner with them. And the Sioux is struggling. We are struggling. You'll see in the news all of a sudden when there's a number of overdoses, and that's when they're fatal. We have overdoses every day in our city. A lot of things are hidden, to protect the families as well. They don't want it on their obituaries that their loved one passed from an overdose. There's a lot of stigma, a lot of miscommunication, and like I said, what we do is we're there to help. We can't fix the problem, but it's a community problem, it's a social problem, and I think everybody needs to stand up with this. Take off the rose-colored glasses. Addiction will take anybody, and substance abuse, it can be anywhere from your hard worker to somebody that's not working, doctors, lawyers, nurses. It's non-prejudice. Substance abuse, it's huge. It's huge in a lot of cities, but SOYA is Sault Ste. Marie based, so that's why we're here, and we care about our city. We need help.
Right. You mentioned before the broadcast that this problem touches everybody among all income levels, professions, the whole gamut kind of thing. This isn't just related to a certain group of people.
No, not at all. And it's not like one area of town, it's everywhere. And that's the thing. Sometimes it's hidden better than others. And what we need, education is very important. People need to get educated on it. People need to open up their eyes. And check on your neighbor.
Right.
And if something's going on, call 911. Don't be afraid. Because you don't know what everything that's going on in our city, because a lot of things are hidden at this point in time still, even when W5 came in. So
quite often you're brought into the picture later in the process when the problem is already developed. Is that right?
Well, I get reached out daily, and it could be somebody that has a suspicion that their loved one has substance issues. I'll get called out to overdoses. I get called out where it's someone just needs to talk, they need a ride. I bring a lot of people to our detox. We help them when it comes to they need personal hygiene stuff. We have a lot of great organizations in our city. That part is growing, which is awesome. We have a lot of caring people, but the whole thing is it takes a village to raise a child. And Sault Ste. Marie, we really got to start stepping forward, because it's not getting. It's got to get better. We're still losing people, and it's one loss is one too many. So that's what SOYA does. We're there. You call us and we'll come.
Right, exactly. And you set the standard, Connie. It's not about what you and I believe. It's about community and facing the problems and the issues that this community has head on. And you've done that in a very masterful way.
We need help. we need so much more help. I have my staff's getting burnt out. And like I said, we've been doing it for 11 years. Frontline workers all over the city are getting burnt out. A lot of our organizations work Monday to Friday, 8 to 4. Substance abuse is not Monday to Friday. Okay, substance abuse is 24/7. It's holidays. It doesn't take a day off. Where a lot of our organizations, unfortunately, they can only run so many hours. Where we do have our emergency, of course, is 24 hours. Detox is 24 hours. Okay, SOYA is 24 hours. Our crisis workers are now, going with the police when calls are out. So that's 24 hours. Mental health, when you go to the hospital, they try to be 24 hours, but there's times where people they sit there for hours and hours because there's no workers available. Mental health and addictions, they normally go hand in hand. Not always, but they normally do. So we need more. We need more help. We need more people. We need extended hours. We need this detox. Like, we need it. And we need, the only treatment center we have in our city is Teen Challenge North. We don't have another treatment center. We have recovery homes, but no treatment centers.
Right.
And our population is growing. Like, we have all of these young kids coming into Sault Ste. Marie to go to school. And I mean, we have a beautiful city. Like, our city is beautiful. We have a lot to offer, but like, we need more things to keep these kids alive and to keep everybody alive. Because when it comes to the crisis, people are dying. And they're young, and there's somebody's kid, there's somebody's mother, there's somebody's father, sister, brother, cousin, and we really need more help. So that's what we're here for, is reach out. You're not alone. There's so many of us.
Right. Yeah. Actually, you mentioned too that the W5 was a couple of years ago, and really, not much has been done since that documentary aired.
I was really hoping when Toronto Vice and W5 came in, because I was actually with them for the week, that a lot more would happen. But we did have a few good things. The Sault Ste. Marie Drug Strategy Team, and that's Charles Shamus, he released a report called Call to Action on May 2019. Research was conducted between June 2018, December 2018, and there's a major book of what the associated risk of substance use in Sault Ste. Marie has entitled. We also had a couple other grassroots groups that popped up at that point in time, giving education, getting people to talk, opening the conversations. We have our RAMS clinic. The RAMS clinic came in just after our first family forums, because we hold a family forums once a year, and the RAMS clinic is here now. The Neighborhood Resource Center down on Gore, that's it's great for our community. And we have, because our doctors, when we need medicals done for people to go to treatment, they don't have a doctor, where at least down there's a doctor that's on call once a week. But their hours are limited too, right? Monday to Friday. And we just need more. And we also need
right,
this
so
detox.
the doctor shortage could be a part of the problem as well, you're saying?
Huge. I actually have a young man at this point in time. We've been waiting 5 days. We have all his applications filled out to go to treatment, but they can't go until his medical is done. He doesn't have a doctor, so we have to wait till Thursday to go to the NRC, and hopefully he gets a number to get his medical done so he can send in his applications. Right. So doctors are huge. We need more doctors. So, and then we just keep plugging away, and then there's the waiting list for beds. It's a very challenging thing, and we really, really need some more help. And like I said, everyone's got to start the conversation and get rid of the stigma. Other than that, I'm just really grateful that you asked me to be on your show, because we need to get it out there.
Stay right there. We'll take a couple of commercial messages. We'll be right back on ONNPoint. I'm Andy Martins. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Imagine knowing about incidents, closures, and roadwork all before starting your trip. Ontario 511 lets you know before you go. You can get real-time information directly from the Ministry of Transportation, because the more you know, the easier it is for you to go. And spend the time doing the things that matter most.
In your home, lighting is just as important as style.
With PowerView Motorization from Hunter Douglas, you can schedule your shades to light up the room. Create privacy, or both, automatically. No hands required.
So your shades will always be in the right place at the right time in style. And it's only from Hunter Douglas.
It's me, Vito. Imbecile, your brother. Listen, you bring 10 gallons of flat eggshell or white paint.
Last year we've been celebrating our 65th anniversary, dating back to services originating in our community in 1954, which is quite some time ago. It's been a great opportunity this past year to recognize the pioneers, the stakeholders that worked tirelessly to create what we are today. I'm grateful for everything that the families 65 years ago and the people that assembled the organization have done in order for us to achieve the success that we're experiencing 65 years later.
This is On TV.
Welcome back to ONNPoint. I'm Andy Martins. Monday, January 20th, we're live on TV, live on Facebook, and it's a great thrill to have my former OLG co-worker with me, Connie Rayner Elliott, who has done a fantastic job with this opioid crisis in Sault Ste. Marie, and she's gone above and beyond for 14 years and counting. And Connie, let's talk about the level 3. I had kind of a passionate post on Facebook this morning, and this is something that is about community. It's not about what elected officials feel personally, what I feel personally, what you feel personally. It's about community, and I wanted you to explain to my viewers why level 3 is so important right now and what you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis.
Well, at this point in time, we do have a 16-bed detox down on Queen Street. It was located, it's still located where our 2 hospitals were. Okay, this building's over 40 years old, and it's an older home, and it's no longer acceptable. The observation room, you have males and females sharing the same observation room. The staff there is phenomenal. I can't say enough about the staff. We need more beds. We need a facility close to the hospital. If something happens at our detox where it is now, of course the ambulance has to be called. The ambulance has to go from wherever it is to the detox, bring them up to the hospital. The detox was built there, was put there originally because the hospitals were there. Our hospital moved how many years ago?
2006, I believe.
Right, I mean, this was supposed to be done back then. And I mean, what's going on with it? We need this. And a medical detox is because then medical staff are there. I mean, there's different types of substance abuse.
Right. And
you have with alcohol, and then you have the drug side. I mean, people that are detoxing off alcohol, they go into full-blown seizures. Mm-hmm. And they need medical care. That's what a medical detox is. We need more beds. We need the facility at the hospital. And I just don't understand, all of a sudden when W5 came in, okay, we're getting it, it's gonna happen. Where is it?
Right.
And
were you ever told by anybody why we didn't get the detox moved to the new hospital?
No, it's a question that there's never been a solid answer on. I know there was, first the funding was there, but the funding wasn't there to run it. To facilitate it, to keep it going. And then we had one Indigenous group that was coming in, and they offered all this money to get it going. I don't know all the details on why it's not happening. I mean, I'd like to know. I mean, I don't care who runs it, just get it done, because we're losing people all the time. And then we even have, at our detox is Sioux Area Hospital Detox. A lot of people don't know that. It is run by Sioux Area Hospitals. Bring it up to Sioux Area Hospitals. I don't understand what the big kerfuffle is on it. That's why it was put there to the beginning, because the hospitals were there. Why is it sitting way down on the east end? It doesn't help people all over the city. We need, if anything, like get a couple more detoxes, or like, you know, we need something done. And this 3-stage medical detox, it gave so many people hope that we had, like, and it would have been for all, like, you know, the northern communities. Like in the north, like we seem to be forgotten. Like when I have to transfer people out of our city to go get them health care that they need, it doesn't make sense.
Right.
Like why can't we have it? And I don't understand why. So like whoever can answer that question, why can't we have it? Like we need it. People are dying, and we actually need this. I know at this point in time, our detox is looking at different buildings right now. It should be a medical detox up at the hospital.
Right.
And we're not getting the support for it.
Oh, I agree. But help me understand now, if we had the detox and we got the level 3 both at the hospital, would they work in conjunction with each other? Or help me understand how detox fits into the level 3 if we got that facility?
Well, the whole thing is they would run together.
Okay.
Okay, because what our detox is now, people go in, okay, they have to be observed for 24 hours just to see what their mindset's at, see, like, you know, how they're feeling. And then, like, people are sick. When they're detoxing, they are physically and mentally sick.
Right.
So a lot of times, like, they need to get some rest, they need to start eating, they need their medication. And I mean, at our detox, there's certain medications that are not allowed there, of course, right? But I mean, they need nurses. Like our staff at our detox, like they're wonderful. They'll stay up for hours and hours and hours just to talk to people. And now, I mean, things have changed at our detox where the staff was able to cook for the people at detox. Now it's all the hospital meals, and everything's run by microwaves. So, like, I mean, they changed it to that part of this, the Sault Ste. Marie Hospital strategy, where, like, all of a sudden the meals are like the plastic dishes that people get in the hospital. But the thing is, if we had the 3-stage up at the hospital, then if somebody had a seizure, boom, there's help there.
Right.
Okay, it's not a factor of getting on the phone, calling 911. It will save lives. We need more beds. 14 beds in a city our size.
It doesn't cut it.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And like I said, the building they're in is 40 years plus old.
Right.
So I don't know how much it costs to heat it or anything else like that, but I mean it's an older building.
Well, I agree with you, Connie, that moving the detox to the new hospital, which was built in 2006, is a no-brainer because it's a newer facility, cheaper to operate than where it is down at the old hospital.
Yeah. Most definitely. So, like I said, I came on the show because I want to know, why isn't this happening?
We need to find these answers out. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, why isn't this happening? Like, I mean, even the mayor last year, he gave SOYA a proclamation for April 16th to be Drug Overdose Awareness Day, and we have a march. We have a march every year. Like, this is going to be our 2nd year. I mean, our mayor's the one that gave us a proclamation, and I understand he can only do so much. And like, I mean, like, where's everybody else? Like, I mean, at our Family Matters, like this past year, the mayor and Sheehan came to our Family Matters. They were there. The year prior, I mean, Ross, like, he came to that one, and he seemed that he was on point with everything. Like, you know, he supported everything we do, but like, I mean, where is he?
Right.
Like, we need help. Like,
exactly. And also, it's the detox and the what we have right now, not a level 3, but the staff is overworked. You correctly mentioned there needs to be additional staff in this process because the people we have, I'm sure, are overworked with what we have currently.
Right. I mean, all of our frontline workers are getting burnt out. All of our frontline workers. But if we had the help, okay, and if we had the right facilities, then maybe things would be a lot easier on people.
Right, exactly.
You know, like, you shouldn't have, like, you know, people running all over the place. Like, have everything in at the hospital. Let's get this done. Mental health is at the hospital. Why isn't our detox, the medical detox, at the hospital?
Well, I appreciate you pointing that out. I had no idea. I thought they had merged everything together when that hospital was built.
No, not at all.
Now, let's talk a little bit about SOYA. Can you frame or let our viewers know a little bit about what the day-to-day activities? You have a big group. You mentioned about 1,600 people, which is great. What are the day-to-day activities that you and your group have to do in this community?
Well, for example, in the last month, there are 7 people that we helped assist get to treatment. Right now, we have 6 that are going to treatment. Today, for example, I have 1 person at the courts. I have 1 person that is taking 2 people to different appointments because they need rides. I have another person that will be going to visit a few people just to have open conversations and coffee. We are having an open house at our office at the end of the month, and with that we had a lot of donations of clothing, bedding, household accessories. So I have 2 staff members that are working throughout the office day getting all that organized, and that's just going to be come on in and get what you need. There's no charge. Come in for a coffee, let's have a conversation and get whatever you need. And another thing, what SOYA does, like we sit there and we try to figure out what's going on. We had an episode back in the spring where there was an overdose, and all of us are trained on Narcan.
Right.
The mother, she panicked and her son overdosed, and the firefighters came and they weren't able to administer Narcan. It took a few of our group members that, like, why? What happened? And working with Wilma Public Health, it was a medical directive. Now our firefighters, our first responders, can apply Narcan. Like, I didn't even know they couldn't. So that's what we do. We're always in the background. We're always there. We're always there to help out. If you need something, get hold of us. It's our Facebook page, and we also have our website.
Great. Connie, my time is up. Thank you so much for coming in, and you and I will work together to get this level 3 done. You'll be on ONNPoint again in a couple of months.
Thank you.
We'll be back to wrap up the show right after these messages.
Thank you, Andy.
It's hunting season, so this is probably pretty stupid, right? Actually, hunting accidents kill somewhere around 2 people a year in Ontario. Smoking kills 16,000 a year. So, what's really stupid?
Welcome back to ONNPoint. Hope you enjoyed this show with Connie Rayner Elliott. Tomorrow, Tara Burrell from Algoma University. Next week on this show, Jennifer Sarlo and Tara Maskahevich return to ONNPoint. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. I'm Andy Martins for ONNPoint.